Hello friends, welcome back. The next in the powerful design thinking tools that we have to learn is the journey mapping. Yes, in the previous session we discussed the visualization as the first tool. Now we are getting into the journey mapping, which is our next tool. What is it? It's a very powerful tool and it's globally regarded as well. It's used to visualize the steps a customer or a user takes in interacting with the product, service, or experience. You will get to know your customer better. Alright, we will learn this journey mapping in this session very quickly. First, we need to have two very important things to be understood. One is the user persona and another one is the stages of the journey. First, let's get into the user persona. You need to identify a specific persona that represents the target audience. That means a representation from the target audience. You need to identify that very clearly. This way, you can tailor the journey map based on the specific needs, emotions, and motivations of the target audience very clearly. Second, stages of the journey. You need to divide the journey into multiple stages. For example, awareness, consideration, purchase, post-purchase, etc. And all these are going to play a vital role. Each stage helps break down the user experience and it can highlight the potential challenges which you can address to get the customer a very good experience. Well, we need to understand touch points and then actions as well. What is a touch point? We need to identify where the user interacts with the product or service. For example, consider a website or a customer service or an in-store visit. You need to identify where the user interacts with the product or the service. This way, when you identify, it will allow you to see where more improvements or enhancements can be made which can get a customer a better experience. And actions, you need to describe specific actions the user takes at each stage. For example, searching a product or adding an item to the cart or making the payment. This gives insights into the user behavior and needs. So it is going to be very helpful. First, you need to identify where the user interacts. Second, you need to describe specific action that the user takes at each stage. That's very important. Now comes the most vital stage, emotions. We need to map the emotions a user feels, user gets at each stage. Like it can be happy, sad, neutral, excited, frustrated, or relief. It can be any of these emotions. So you need to map these emotions very clearly at each stage so that you can understand the feeling of the customer at each stage and you can take it as an input or a clue for you to improve the customer experience, thereby addressing the pain point. Customer emotions are to be measured. That's the most important thing I'm trying to convey here. Next comes the pain points. We need to note any difficulties or the frustrations a customer or the user may encounter at different stages. Addressing the pain points is a real key thing. You need to optimize the journey. You need to enhance the user satisfaction. For that to happen, you need to definitely address the pain points. And then comes the opportunities. You need to highlight the areas and look into the opportunities where you can definitely improve, innovate, or even get more personalized interactions which can add value to the customer. These can really get you more design improvements, more improved marketing strategies, or service enhancements. So it's going to be opportunities that you are going to create for your company, for your organization, for your product to sustain more. Also, we are looking at the customer satisfaction. We are going to map the journey of a customer, Sarah, who is using an online grocery delivery service, and we are going to go with journey mapping step by step for this instance. The user persona taken here, that is Sarah, who is a representative from working mother groups who always wants convenience and speed. So she is representing the larger group and you are taking Sarah as instance. Now, what are the stages that you have in front of you? First stage, stage 1, awareness. Stage 2, research. Stage 3, selection. Stage 4, checkout. Stage 5, delivery and post-purchase. Let's see how Sarah will put her through in the stages. First, Sarah realizes that She has got very limited amount of groceries at home and she has to buy. The awareness has come. Second, Sarah explores the grocery delivery websites. She does a research to find out which is the best one. Third, selection. She has found one and she has to add items to her cart. Well, she has added it. Now she has to check out. Sarah reviews her cart once again and then opts for the payment. Then finally, Sarah goes for the final stage where she receives the groceries and provides feedback. That's all. 5 stages in the journey are mapped very clearly here in this slide. Awareness, research, selection, checkout, and final stage which is delivery and post-purchase. Well, what are the touch points here? Touch points are the place where customer interacts. I told you this early. The website, product search feature, checkout page, delivery tracking, feedback form, all these are referred as touch points. Now, actions, awareness, research, selection, checkout and delivery. What is the first thing Sarah did? Sarah opened the app to find the essential items. She searched for specific items and she also compared the brands. She adds groceries to the cart and checks the deals. And finally enters the delivery details and selects the payment mode. And she tracks her order and receives the groceries. So these are all the actions that Sarah would do. Now we need to identify the emotions of Sarah at these stages. We could see that Sarah could be excited during the selection, frustrations if the items are unavailable, a relief after placing an order because her work is done, and satisfaction on receiving them on time with perfection. So excitement, frustration, relief, satisfaction, all these emotions go step by step into the Sarah's process. Now the pain points, Sarah could find it very difficult in identifying certain items. Payment options could be very limited. Maybe they would not have supported UPI, they would not have supported credit card or debit card. The payment options could be limited and delayed delivery could be a pain point. So Sarah can have some pain points which we should definitely address. Alright, what are the opportunities that we have here in this journey? We can offer personalized recommendations based on her past purchases. We have the record and the history of her past purchases. Go ahead, use intelligent AI algorithms which can help her with all sort of recommendations. Add a favorite section for frequently bought items and that would help her in getting it identified very easily. And you can also improve the delivery tracking for the transparency. All these are the opportunities that you have in hand to improve the customer experience. I have got a template in front of you here which is going to be called as the journey map template. We have got stages mentioned there: awareness, research, selection, checkout, post-purchase. What are all the actions, what are all the touch points, what are all the emotions, what are the pain points, and finally opportunities. Awareness, when you come there, user identifies a need. User explores options, that's the research. User selects items, that's the selection. User completes the purchase, that's the checkout. And final stage is post-purchase. The user receives and reviews the product. Similarly, touch points, where they are interacting. What could be the emotions of the user? When they are identifying a need, they will be curious. When they are selecting and when they are going ahead with research, they will be first informed and then they will be excited. When they check out, they could be anxious. And when they receive the product right, they could be satisfied. Pain points could be there for each of this stage. If in the awareness stage, if there are no sufficient information, it is lack of information. And during the research, it could be overwhelming choices for the customer. And during the selection, price comparisons could be a pain point. During the checkout, it could be limited payment options which needs to be addressed. Delayed delivery could be the very important problem post-purchase. Opportunities? Yes, we have got plenty of opportunities. You can go with personalization. You can have discounts. You can have flexible programs. You can have loyalty programs to retain the customer and to reward the customer who is a long-time customer for you. All these are the opportunities. So this template is going to be very helpful for you with the journey mapping. Take a case, try it out, and that way you will be able to understand journey mapping very easily. It's one of the very important tools in the design thinking, and I'm sure you liked it. I'm going to give you an activity. Create a journey map for a customer visiting a theme park from arrival to exit. Just use the same template that I have shown you. Once you create it, write your opinion in the chat. I'll review it and I will come back to you with my insights. I hope you liked the session, and in the next session we'll discuss the value chain analysis. If you like the channel and the content, please subscribe. Thank you very much.